after that, man. That's all I'm gonna say. Amen. But does catching one guy stop the fentanyl crisis? Well, I guess that's not what it was for, but yeah. Kyle Rittenhouse, the dude from last year's protests, remember that? He killed 2 people. His AR-15.
Yeah, they're trying to say the 2 people are not victims and that they were arsonists and rioters. And so that's what the lawyer's trying to convey to the jury and the judge. So,
He's gonna get a lighter sentence than what a person who's killed 2 people traditionally gets. That's just reality. That's just reality. I don't know.
what do you mean? What do you mean that's just reality?
Well, I just see it.
What do you mean by that?
I just see it in the sense that the situation was so chaotic and the circumstance was so unclear. It's not like he had any any provable premeditated willingness to attack. From what I remember correctly, from the video that I saw on Twitter, which that's really one of the harrowing things about Twitter, is that you could just, there's the internet detectives, but they're really on Twitter. And at the time of the protests, you could find the video where this guy's letting off the shots that killed people. And Kyle Rittenhouse was in a sort of, how would you say, again, it was chaos. I think people were already running. I'm not sure, like some sort of pandemonium had already broke. And either people had been, I really don't know what happened exactly, but the point of the matter is because it was so chaotic, and because it was so quote unquote provably indirect, is what I would say.
He
like
let out shot.
Huh?
He decided to let out an AR-15.
Yeah. Well, he decided to let out shots from it. And I'm just saying, it would be not easy for a lawyer, but there's a path that I could see a lawyer following where they say, hey, number one, this kid didn't go in here thinking that any specific person should die. He was trying to just protect some storefront. He got lost. And now he's out and about. There's protesters all around him. They're yelling things, they're screaming things in the heat of the moment. These rioters, angry protesters, etc., 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 looters, they ganged up on him, and in a self-defensive move, he shot blankly and indiscriminately to just take care of any whatever threats coming close. They'll get it reduced to some sort of like what a manslaughter charge would get you. And I don't know if that would, depending on the state or whatever, that could be a lot of years, but it's not the amount of time that a person who went to a place and killed 2 people would get, or should, or would usually get, let's say. And so, yeah, I just see it as very much provable that it was indiscriminate. It was not premeditated. It was heat of the moment, which you could then. It's just like all of these.
But then, where do you see? Now you're rambling, but like for cases like this, you kind of gotta get the facts, man. Because where are you getting all this information?
Well, it's just from my memory. We're just bullshitting. It's just from my memory, and you're right. You're definitely right. You're definitely right.
If we too touchy of a subject to just rambling, just bullshitting. Nah.
Well, it's not. It's. Well, okay. I say bullshitting. We'll say sorry. You saying what?
This dude. Well, as far as I saw in the video, dude was just literally just taking shots. Like he was just shooting at. It seemed like he was just shooting at. He was just shooting at people, but it was all chaos around. But he was just shooting as if someone was. But I don't see why he would shoot unless there was directly someone coming at you or anything like that. It didn't seem like that in the video. Just you just see him shooting a gun like at a crowd.
Yeah, no, that's where you know, having to go back and review that footage again if we really want to have a more in-depth conversation about the actual reality of it would be necessary, because I seem to remember some sort of confrontation that took Rittenhouse to the ground and he ended up shooting from the ground up. But I could be high, I could be stoned.
See, yeah, see that.
See, no, and again.
I don't
You
even
know, we're just bullshitting, and we're no place of authority to be talking about this. We're just giving our thoughts on the case. I just really think that's what's gonna happen, just based on how I remember it. Now, going back and reviewing it, you know, I'm sure, you know, I'm probably way off base, but it's just, you know, we're just rambling, man, you know. But let's just say though that, yeah, these videos do have any sort of indication of chaos and any indication of some sort of crowd building up around this individual. But prior to the shots, I do believe that defensive attorneys will have an easier time getting their client less years. Huh?
I can see your case.
Uh-oh, hold up. Yo. Hey, yo, it cut off. Yo, cut off.
Oh, it's back on.
So, sorry about that, folks. No, but you were saying, you said you could see my and again, I'm not saying that this is what happened. I'm simply saying that the vibe and everything, just based off of my memory, rambling, that's how I feel that this case is going to go. I do need to look into it more. And in fact, I mean, I keep saying I do need to, but what I really should be saying is just I'm going to look into it more. But honestly, I don't want to look into it more because it's so negative. It's dark. It's just like a case. Like, it just comes from that time in the country where everything was just so just hot and you couldn't have a conversation. And it was, and even it's still that hot, but it's now cooled off in a way where the heated tensions are now just under shallow how do you say, just shallow masks that kind of hide it, but things can pop off anyway. Yeah, no, and to be clear, you know, what do I think? Rittenhouse? I don't know, man. I don't know. You killed 2 people. That just can't change. You've got to do time for that. Real time. But I do look at the age. I look at the circumstance. You know, to be fair. But yeah, that's all I have to say. It's not, and you know, again, I don't know how fair they would be. I don't know how fair they would be to somebody that looks like me that did something like that. But if I was in the position of judge, I'd try to be fair. What's up?
I just kind of I just looked up the video, and yeah, I was completely wrong. I was completely wrong. He has the gun, and I kind of hard. I mean, he's on the floor, and there's like people kind of surrounding him, but he's already shooting. Like, he's on the floor.
Okay, but why would people? Okay, well, wait. But why would you have a gun and have people surrounding you?
Right. Yeah. See, that's
you or this crowd is agitated. Either you've agitated them or this crowd is agitated. And if
Right.
that's true in a court of law, then you can clearly say there was a presence of violence and intimidation, that my defendant felt intimidated and like his life was on the balance. You just
But
say that.
to, but him to
It's not
bring an
true. I'm just
AR,
saying.
for him to bring a gun out, he felt so he felt the need enough to be like, yo, I need to go to this protest and make sure everyone is safe. So I'm gonna bring my gun.
It's a flawed sense of reasoning, and I'm just playing devil's advocate. I do
And is
believe
that
that
not intent?
that's ignorant. And again, I believe he deserves a decent amount of jail time. I think I would say 25 years. You're young. Take that chunk out of your life.
Sure.
You've taken 2 lives. Not life, because again, it was a situation. It was a situation. It wasn't like this was just in a vacuum. I went to a place. But bruh, number one, you didn't have to take this gun. Number two, I think they did have it come out in the case that he wasn't even old enough or able to be wielding the weapon or something along those lines. So, but that part I'm not 100% on. I don't know. But and we're just rambling. We don't have a young Jamie here, so we could, I'll look this up, or maybe I won't look this up after the fact. Shit, man, it's the Rambling Rogue Show. What do you want me to do? Coming out with these 2 times a week, pumping them out for your entertainment. Shit. Yeah, it's an unfortunate case entirely, and yeah, I would rather not focus on it. But it is important to look at these cases. It is. But not gonna lie, I do tend to just look away. I tend to look away.
Yeah, man. I just watched the clip of the video. So
Shouldn't look away though.
pretty raw. Yeah, man. It's a quick search. At least for the clip. If you guys want to watch the clip, it's a quick search on YouTube.
But in the
You can
clip,
make you
I'm
should
sorry.
watch it.
I'm
I was
sorry. I'm
gonna
sorry.
say people just make their own decision on how you feel about it. But in my thoughts, I'm just saying, like, yeah, regardless of, like, nah, man, you brought a gun, and I guess you could say it's for your safety, but I don't know, man. It's like it seemed like you wanted to antagonize some kind of scuffle or some kind of you wanted something to happen because you don't have a fucking AR-15 just walking around in the streets, and then you just don't have people just looking at you like, what the hell? Like, I don't know. Like, it's a big ass gun, but I don't know what state he's in. I don't know what like the laws are where he's at. I don't know how it is. So, but yeah, man, that's some scary shit. Regardless if you're worrying about your safety, you know what I'm saying? I don't think it's just right to just go to a protest with the AR-15. Unless it's like, okay, unless it's the situation where it's like, all right, one side is armed, other side is armed. I mean, okay. But if you're just going to I don't know, like it seemed like he was looking for trouble, or if maybe he was going out to look for looters and all this shit. But nigga, you're not fucking Batman. You're not fuck. Oh,
That's
but yeah,
true though.
we don't know. We don't know
That's
what.
the other angle. But what it comes down to, unfortunately, is not exactly what's true. What actually happened is what's provable in a court of law. Unfortunately. And I say that to say again, any video where there's a crowd around this kid before shots have been let off, and any video showing an agitation in that crowd, I think the lawyers have they've got a game plan. Yeah, it's that shit. But yeah,